Hello. My current employer is the University of Denver. And so the topic that I'm going to talk about in relation to the University of Denver is relating market demand to customer value. Uh, Currently, market demand, not just for an education at the University of Denver, but just education at a university in general, is in an interesting, perhaps tenuous place, um, with constant changes in the current administration, but as well as the demographic or enrollment cliff that has been on the horizon. The market demand for higher education is less than it has been, while the number of institutions that are trying to reach these students is the same. So each university is trying to basically get a bigger piece of the pie. And so what makes that interesting for the University of Denver as a small private institution is that they're having to set themselves apart from the other small size private universities in the country, as well as the other universities in the state of Colorado, to show that an education at the University of Denver does provide value that you won't find elsewhere. And being as that it is a small private, and historically the University of Denver has a reputation and a reality of having a higher price tag, then it's more important than ever to show what is that value. 75% of the students that come to the University of Denver are coming from out of state. And so their decision to even look at the university is highly based on facts and figures rather than just local exposure. And so these facts and figures have to show that this university is worth your time, worth your money, worth being part of your journey post high school. I think the best way to show that, while you can certainly have a good college experience at the University of Denver, you can certainly enjoy being in Denver and being close to the mountains and close to the city. What really needs to be shown to these students and these parents of these students is that an education of Denver is going to lead you to a lucrative next step. And so I think one way of doing that would be to have all of the colleges partner with local businesses, or even now with as much remote work as out there, it doesn't have to be local, but partner with reputable local businesses to provide internship opportunities, to provide seminars throughout the year, to provide I don't know what else, incentives post-graduation to work there, so that when you're in your major, whether that's business or could be anything, psychology, international studies, you have those next steps to look forward, and they look like legitimate and viable next steps. And then I think so that's kind of while the person's a student, and then post-graduation. I think another way to showcase the value would be before the student even applies to the University of Denver. Research just showed that having a student visit the campus of the University of Denver before applying, or even after, is a much better indicator of whether or not that student will actually attend classes one day at the University of Denver than anything else. And so I think having local schools, or again, maybe even schools outside of the state of Colorado, host events on campus, host conferences on campus, just local organizations to bring high school students to the campus, where at least now they know what the campus looks like and at least have brand awareness of the University of Denver, I think would be a great way to strike early and to keep the interest there, and then partnering and then using that initial touch point and then kind of laying out the journey of this is what it would be like if you're at the university, and then these are the opportunities we have post-university. I think those two things, while are already done in part, I think they could be expanded on.